Hello, I'm Raymond Mayfield, and thank you so much for tuning into this broadcast today. I appreciate you listening to all my videos. They're at RaymondMayfield.com, www.RaymondMayfield.com. I also have two counseling sites. One is counselorsoftruth.com, and the other is counselorsoftruth.com, and I do counseling over the telephone or in person. If I can be of service to you, please give me a call. I want to talk to you today about a man who needed help. This is a very interesting story. It's found in the Luke the 10th chapter and verses 30 through 35, and it's a story told by Jesus. We are told, or not told, whether he was a Gentile or a Jew, but the man was traveling from Jerusalem to Jericho. It was about 21 miles between the two places. It was not the only way to go, but the most direct way to go. It was a place where robbers inhabited and preyed upon travelers. It was a rocky and a rugged passageway. And the road was called the Way of the Blood. And the Lord tells the whole story in this particular chapter. The traveler had fallen among thieves, and they had robbed him. They stripped him and left the victim to die, and they did not care. We have got a lot of people in our society today that are like that do not care about other people, and God help us to have a compassion and a burden for people. In Luke the 10th chapter and verse number 31, and by chance there came a certain priest that way, and when he saw him, he passed on the other side. I noticed that word there, and by chance it was that he just happened to be by at that particular time, and when he saw this man that was wounded and hurt, he just passed away on the other side. Priests often traveled on the road along the way back to Jerusalem, backwards and forth. And of course, Jericho was a place where a lot of priests stayed and lived for a while. Jesus never criticized priests or the Levitical order a whole lot in the Word of God. Only here does he mention their lack of love and their lack of concern for people. The priest ignores a man who was badly hurt. He didn't even take time to stop, even to look or have any compassion whatsoever on this man. A total lack of concern on his part. The first order of a minister or a priest or anyone that has ministry should be compassion and love and care for those that are in need. There are so many needs today, it's somewhat real easy to ignore the needs all around us. And sometimes as a pastor, I can tell I feel overwhelmed sometimes with the needs, and I feel insignificant sometimes of trying to help all the people that I would like to help. But the church should be a place where people can go to, where the poor and the needy can come and be ministered to. In verse 32, and likewise a Levite, when he was at that place, came and looked on him and passed by on the other side. A Levite was actually in training for the priesthood, and they were represented also men that were supposed to be concerned and have compassion. And what was different about this Levite, he took time to look at him, and then he passed on the other side. That's even worse. He took time to look, and then he passed on the other side. We can be cold and indifferent toward other people, and we can have no mercy in our heart. Jesus was teaching to deny anything that doesn't show mercy, or any church or any religious group of any kind that doesn't show mercy as to deny them and not interested in human welfare. The Samaritans were hated by the Jews, and they were the least likely to help. When he saw him, the Samaritan was on the way. He risked his own life. He bound up his wounds, set him on a beast, brought him to an inn, took care of him, gave him money, took care of whatever he spent, saying he would repay. And this whole message that we have talked about today is about compassion on other people. The most unlikely person had compassion on them. And I want to tell you today, Jesus has had compassion on us. He loves us today so much. He has had compassion on us so many times, and we don't even realize how much He has done for us. God help us today to have compassion on other people and show mercy and grace and kindness to people that are in need, especially those that have physical disabilities and have really all kinds of needs of different kind. Let us as ministry and churches show kindness to all the people that have need. This is Raymond Mayfield, and I'll talk to you again real soon.